I can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead.
What you made me do? Look what you made me do. Welcome back to Ryder and Bruce's podcast. Today we have our first special guest. Can you guess who it is?
3, 2, 1. It's Aonghas!
It's Angus.
Say hi, Aonghas.
Hi.
Explain who you are. How do you know us? Why are we friends?
I work with you both.
Won't say the location.
What's the location? What's in the job? We are colleagues.
No more.
No less.
We're all friends.
We're all friends.
Became best friends.
Through trauma.
Yeah.
We've been friends for 2 years.
Oh my god.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Felt like a lifetime.
I know.
Womp
I don't know life without you. Oh, that's really sad.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Really intense. Sorry, I don't know why. We've got the tiny mics back.
We haven't got a tiny mic.
And so me and Lauren are sharing a tiny mic. And I keep holding it in the wrong
hold it
place.
this time?
Oh, you can hold it this time.
You held it for the last
It's
one.
fine. Yeah, we thought we'd have Angus on the podcast because I imagine this podcast is being released on Halloween. So we thought we would invite the spooky bitch themselves.
Yeah,
Thanks so much. That's the official title.
that is.
Okay, describe yourself in 3 words, Angus, to the podcast people, viewers, listeners.
Creative. Sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to say moody, but I don't know why that's the first word. Moody?
Moody. I don't think you're moody.
No. I don't know why, thank you. Scottish, there you go.
Yeah.
Good
Scottish.
word. Well, my next question for anyone, well, you're the first guest, so you don't know, but I will be asking future guests, what's your favourite Taylor Swift song?
My favourite Taylor Swift song is Out of the Woods.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite. It's because I don't know what it is about it. I just love. When I listen to music, I'm more of like the tune.
You like the production.
I like the production. I like how it sounds. Then I will listen to the lyrics. The first time I listen to a song, I listen to how it sounds rather than what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And just the sound of Out of the Woods is great.
Go
I
sing
love
us
it.
a line.
I'm in the woods, I'm in the woods, I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
I, however, obviously we've got to prefer Taylor's version, but the
You've listened to the pod before.
yeah, my life is the pod. I just listen to you two constantly. But the harmonies in the bridge section. No, what's the
Remember when we hit the bridge too soon?
You
started crying, baby. I did too when the sun came up.
It's there's new harmonies.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
you want
like,
to pick a harmony line each and sing it?
what? Just pick a note.
Remember when you hit the
Crazy.
crazy? Go on.
No, I'm scared.
3, 2, 1.
Remember when you hit the bridge too soon?
When you sit in the hospital room. You started crying. That was great.
That was excellent.
Do you think you'll get
love
caught? Do you
the
think you'll get?
picking out any note game? But anyway, carry on.
Do you think you'll get copyrighted for the
No.
pod? No.
This is why it's not an official podcast. Look, we'll.
What? Here's a question for you. What would you do if Taylor Swift sued you?
Well,
Be sued by Taylor Swift. It'd be
Yeah.
quite thrilling.
Yeah, I'd get that framed and put it on my wall.
Can you imagine how we'd look going into court being sued by Taylor
Yeah, I
Swift?
wonder how chat.
You'd be so excited to get there just to see her.
I think what the thing is,
You know,
Taylor, is
it's
you
not
can't
right,
monetize on it.
Yeah.
Like if we did a podcast and we featured stuff by Taylor, we couldn't make any money off that podcast because it featured her work. I think it's something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
I think that's why Chats and Reacts, they have Patreon.
Yeah,
Ah.
and that's the bit you pay for because they don't get anything off their
YouTube.
YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
They're a YouTube
We just
duo.
do this because we love Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And talking.
And talking. Yeah, it's like a time capsule of things. But then I also realised I like being mysterious, so I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Apart from when I always gave my address when we started this thing. Okay, we're going to do a Halloween episode. Which I've already said.
Yeah.
Well, Halloween, and we're going to bring up the topic of drag, if you didn't mind.
Of course.
Because you are an individual that has enlightened us on the drag community and experience. And I feel like you can only speak on that.
Yeah.
Not you, just you personally.
Just
the whole
me.
wide
I'm the
world.
only person allowed to
Yeah,
ever
but-
speak about it.
Yeah,
Me and Jen can't.
yeah.
You can.
You can talk about
No,
it.
but you like have a lived experience with it. Like
yeah. And
we
I
don't.
only watch RuPaul's Drag Race. That's my experience with it.
I know you have. If you were to ever go home and live back home, I feel like you'd have more of experience just because of your
My
mum.
Yeah, my mum is. How do I describe it?
A gay icon.
She is
Like
a gay icon.
that's how I'm gonna say
Because
it.
my mum loves and supports the community a lot. She does.
She's nice.
She supports the gay clubs all the time.
Ally.
She loves. I can't remember her favourite Scottish drag queen. I can't remember.
Shout out to Tracy Bruce.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll speak about Halloweeny things. Also, my mum also wanted to. I'll say this. I already said this off camera. Because we're speaking about Halloween and drag, we don't mean this as drag is your Halloween costume, but it's because if I'm right, your drag is inspired by spooky elements that you like.
Yeah, because my favorite time of the year is Halloween, and then I got into drag from like the dressing up element of
Let's
Halloween.
start from the beginning. How did you get into? Well, sorry, I said let's speak about Halloween, but I've changed.
No, I think we can start. Yeah.
they combine.
Yeah, for me they're so kind of coherent, and like that's why I find that I do more drag as it gets closer to Halloween because it's so connected, which is so weird.
No, but maybe it's where you get more inspiration from artistically.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the reason I love Halloween so much is because of my mum. My mum loves Halloween. I don't think she loves it as much as she used to, but I remember when I was younger, she used to decorate the house like full out. Like our living room would look like a scene out of a horror film with like cobwebs everywhere and like little spooky paintings. And she would always like dress me and my brother up, and we would always have like such cool costumes. I remember once I wanted to be a skeleton, so she got a skeleton outfit, but then sewed little plastic spiders onto it and like different
Wow,
types of
that's
spiders.
cool.
So I think because I kind of had that upbringing of this kind of creativity and I love the whole concept of like every year you get to be something new. And I remember always like,
Well, that's cool. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I would always sit in the car and think like around about like September time and go, what am I going to be for Halloween this year? And then I'd tell my mum, I'm going to be this year, and then we'd like work out how to do that. And then that kind of, when I realized, oh, you don't just have to wait for one day a year to kind of dress up and experience that. You can do that anytime.
Yeah, that's true. What was your favourite Halloween costume from when you were a kid?
Sorry, I just had a memory of my own.
You
It
go
was
first,
actually
you go
my
first.
sister. One year we were DIY with cardboard, and I was a dice, and my sister was a Christmas tree. I need to find the photos along with the dead hamster. Anyway, sorry, I took over.
I think my favourite Halloween costume I've done is one from a few years ago where
I've also been a Smurf. Sorry.
that makes. Did you paint yourself blue?
My dance uniform is a blue unitard, so I just painted blue. Sorry.
I can just envision this. There's just one. My favourite Halloween costume I've done. A few years ago I went as Carrie from the film Carrie,
Oh, that's so-
but
I think I've seen a picture of this.
I got my friends to pour blood on me. There's a video of it.
Yes, you showed me this.
Yeah.
You did.
There was blood all over our patio. I think it stained it, and then
Womp womp.
I mean, I got my full deposit back. It was okay.
That's so funny.
What's yours, Lauren?
I don't know actually. Probably Ant and Seb.
Oh my god!
I think we need to talk
put
about that.
Image. It'll be in the little shuffleboard we make for
Yeah,
Halloween
our
for this
little
episode.
podcast covers.
Me and Jen went as Ant and Seb from the X Factor last year.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mysterious girl, move your body close to mine.
Come on, move your body. Come on, move your body.
Shout out Tamale.
I'm so annoyed I wasn't there for that party to see this outfit.
We were iconic.
We were really committed.
We were. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when we came around the corner and saw James and Alessandra
Yeah.
dressed up as Home Alone, and they saw us.
Yeah.
Like the four of us were just laughing at each other. It was so funny.
And also, sorry, I did do Jennifer's Body one year, and I would like to do it again and do
Oh,
it
that's
better,
such
but
a
that was a
good
good one.
film.
Especially for you, that's such a good one for you.
Yeah, I'd like to do all of her different looks in that
What
film.
look did you do?
I did the one where she comes out of the pool when she's got like a dark hair. And she's
in
got
the
dress
prom
on,
dress.
but I had a short version of the dress.
It's a really good film. It's a
Yeah.
culty film.
I love that film.
What was I going to say? Sorry, can I go back to your drag?
Mm-hmm.
And can I ask, like, how did it appear from Halloween, or like when did, like you said, you realized it didn't have to be one day a year, or is it just like part of your identity growing up, and like as an escapism? Sorry, I'm asking multiple questions at the one time, but also like, do you associate your drag art as like a project, or is that just another part of you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Like a different character that you get to escape into, or just a different aspect of yourself.
I think as I've
been listening to Chapel Roan a lot because she refers to her drag and music as projects.
But yeah, I think as I've got older, I think when I first started, it was very much like a completely separate, almost like alter ego.
Yeah.
But I feel like as I've got older and kind of got better at it and kind of done more with it, I think it's become more of me. The two kind of like me and then the drag persona have kind of like combined. So they're very incoherent with each other. And it came, I think, when you're saying like, did it come from Halloween? I started practicing makeup and doing like Halloween makeup in my bathroom because I literally think it's because my mum put all the Halloween stuff away or took it out, or I think she took it out of the cupboard to get something from behind it, and it accidentally left like a bag of face paint, and I just took it and went, oh my god, this is so exciting, I've got it out, and it's not October, and I would like lock myself in the bathroom and do just really bad. Like I would just paint myself like completely stark white and put fake blood in me and go, it's a look.
I'm a ghost.
Literally. And then I think I just had lots of fun kind of just doing different things with it. And because all I knew as like doing makeup, and I think that's what it is, all I knew from doing makeup was Halloween makeup. And I think that's why I'm so connected to kind of like the spooky aspects, because I started doing spooky makeup before I started doing like blush and foundation.
Wait, never asked you, what is your drag name and aesthetic?
So the drag name is Coven. Recently I've been told I'm pronouncing my own drag name wrong.
I would say Coven.
What have you said?
Coven. Oh. It's the same way I pronounce oven. People make fun of the way...
Oh, yeah, I did make fun of
it. But I thought that was my accent.
I would say Coven.
Yeah, Coven.
Coven?
You say Coven. But that's okay, it's your drag name.
It's my drag name. I can say what I want.
It's my
Wait, I'm the director.
It's my podcast, I can do what I like. Did I get copyrighted for that?
She'll come find you. Joe Frost will be at the door.
Yeah.
Her name's Coven. She's very witchy core. I kind of describe her as like a showgirl from hell. That's kind of like what her aesthetic is. Like she's definitely very musical theatre orientated, but she's doing it on the West End stage of hell.
Yeah.
a.k.a.
The underworld.
The underworld, really.
Nice.
Moving on!
No, because all the ghosts live there.
It's the most haunted theatre in Europe. Fun fact for you there.
It's a dream for Angus to perform on that stage.
I would love to.
Right, moving on. What's next, Jen?
No, I was going to ask more about drag again. Sorry. Just being born in Scotland, as in like community-wise, do you find more freedom in drag down in London than you do up home in Scotland?
I think there's definitely more of like a drag scene down here, especially in London. There's so much kind of queer art down here, whereas in Aberdeen in Scotland there is.
You're not even from Glasgow.
No, like when I went to Glasgow recently, I was like, I kind of didn't realize before how similar it is to London, where there was so much kind of not just there was lots of gay people walking about, but like there was lots of kind of like individual people. People were very like specific with their style and didn't really care what they were wearing. Whereas where I'm from in Aberdeen, it's if you're not wearing like a North Face jacket, then you're gonna get beaten up. So, and also I've never actually been out in drag in Aberdeen. I've only done it in my house and in my garden. It's never ventured away from there.
Would you like want to like be a performative drag artist
Yeah, I think
in that sense of like, I don't know.
I think it's definitely something that I need to properly look into more. And I have like performed like I did more performances last year. I've done none this year because I've just been lazy. I'm lazy at the moment.
Lazy at the moment.
And I do nothing.
And I do. So like I would definitely love to get more into performing because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's just another performance thing to reason to get on stage, reason to have all the attention on me.
As it should be.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just staring at my questions. They're not really in any order. They're just randomly put about. I've got a favourite. Also, to let the pod people know, you make your own outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And your wigs. Well, not
Well,
the strands,
you
but you
style
styled
them.
them.
I sourced the hair. I found it off the carpet and I sewed it.
You can find some off my floor right now.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm here. I've got a bag. I'm just gonna sweep it all in and go home. Yeah. Well, it was over lockdown. I was so bored. I went, I'm gonna learn to sew. I like everyone kind of just picked up a random hobby, and I remember I put on my Snapchat story just so stupidly going, does anyone happen to have a sewing machine? They wouldn't mind giving me over lockdown and like coming to my house and just dropping it off. And then I was like, yeah, someone will definitely like give me a sewing machine. Obviously, like in the back of my head, I was like, why am I posting that? No one's going to. Lo and behold, one of my friends messaged me and went, I have an old like John Lewis like purple kids sewing machine. You can have that if you want. I went, amazing, perfect. And then she dropped it off, and then I got to make my first outfit, which was an absolute disaster. It was, and I really struggled with making things that fit. For some reason, I thought I was size -4 because I made something and I went, and it was done. I went, amazing. And for some reason, I didn't think to try it on as I was making it. I finished it, and it was like this kind of like, it looked like it had like sunflowers and stuff on it.
Cute.
And I was like, amazing. I couldn't even get it around my calf. It was that small. And in my head, I was looking at it and I was going, I can't do that.
That'll fit me.
I can't
But slay, you've got to start from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I'm going a mixture between like serious and maybe not so serious. But I thought I would just like to educate myself and maybe the other pod listeners, the importance of drag culture in like modern day community. Do you have an answer to that?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's. I think with the thanks to Drag Race, it's much more in the
I felt bad earlier when I just said, "Oh, I watched RuPaul's Drag Race," but like, that's what introduced me. Like,
that's
when
what
I
introduced loads of people
I
to it.
remember
though.
watching it. I was meant to be studying for my national exams, and only season 1 and 2 it came on at the time on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my first introduction. I've actually seen the Boulet brothers in person before. They're like...
Have you actually?
Yeah, me and my friend Nicole Vassie. I mentioned her previously. I don't know when the episode will come out. But I saw her, like, under Glasgow. No, what's the club under Central Station? It's not... Maybe it's a club. I don't know. But I saw the Boulet brothers. Yeah.
That's so cool. They're really cool.
Does
I
that make
really
me
like
killer
them. Yeah, it does.
You're so cool.
But yeah, no, I feel like my first introduction to drag was RuPaul's Drag Race.
I think
like,
my
what, 12 or
proper
13?
introduction to like drag culture was also Drag Race. I think it is to loads of people. I think that's why it became a lot more mainstream and kind of more known, because a lot of people who were like had like this urge of creativity or something to put into Drag Race, and then went, oh my god, I can do that. That's something I can put my thoughts and imagination into. And then loads of like drag queens were born from watching Drag Race, and from it, I think it was from it going on Netflix, because it wasn't. I mean, it was only very recently that the UK one has been a thing over here, but I think it's definitely very important because the drag can.
Sorry, you go.
Drag can like tell a story, and you can use it's almost like a form of media, like. You can use your performance or your look or your fashion or your voice to kind of get something across, and it could be like a really meaningful message, or it could just be like a a fun story about yourself, but you can use it as like, I think it's really interesting to look at it because it can get so political so easily. And then when you think about it, going, that's so funny to think it's just people wearing wigs and stomping about in high heels, but it can be so political as well. I think especially with how there's a lot of backlash at it, especially recently in the media. But it's interesting. It's very interesting.
That's the thing. I can't think of examples off the top of my head, but I know that like other mainstream artists were influenced by drag. Like it's definitely not Diana Ross, but like someone like Diana Ross, like, and their brand almost was like influenced by drag artists at their time, but obviously that wasn't as universal.
It
then.
opens up conversation because I guess you have the stereotypes of what drag is, but actually it is expression for anyone of all gender, sexuality.
Literally,
and,
I think
like, even on like RuPaul, like from like you have different people that come on that open up the conversations of what it is to be a drag artist.
I think that's what it like. It's now no longer being a drag queen. It's being a drag artist and having drag, because anyone can have it. Like you could say, like, if you were to go out to a fancy meal and put like a really fancy dress on, and like you're putting on your form of drag, your form of identity. Like it kind of every day is like, to not to quote RuPaul, we're all born naked and the rest is drag. Like it's just another form of your identity. So I think that's why it is kind of, it is for everyone and anyone can do it. And I think that's why a lot of artists have been inspired by it. Like, I mean, the most obvious one is like Chapel Rowan, because she talks about it so much. And it, like the way that she perceives herself on stage, it's has a very drag look to it, but it's all her interpretation of it, which is cool.
It's like Bowie and like Elton John, like they weren't explicitly drag artists, but like you say, like that's their version of drag. Not that they would say that about themselves, but maybe they will. I don't know.
I guess some drag artists feel like, but I guess you can feel any type of way about it. Some people think it should only be X, Y, and Z, or some people think no, it's for
everyone.
And what is there any stereotypes you wish were like dismantled about drag?
I think a lot of the stereotypes kind of, obviously they still exist, but I think
sorry. Sorry, it's for the listeners. Lauren's just clipped the tiny mic onto her pinky and is holding it towards my face.
Icon of an image. I think a lot of the stereotypes still do exist, but I think it's kind of, as it's progressed, everyone's kind of just found their own version of it, and that it's kind of, there's now, you could say, so many stereotypes of different types of drag that it's kind of hard to pick what the original one was anymore. I think the stereotype that I think it pisses me off the most is the idea that it's only men that do drag, because like I think like female identifying people who do drag come at it from a completely different angle. Like I was saying, of there's always like a message behind it. Like there's I've forgotten their name. There's a drag artist who out of drag identifies as female, but they use drag and really hyper feminize themselves and like use like padding and stuff to make their body more like really like curvy and
Marilyn Monroe.
Like almost like a over the top stereotype drawing of like a woman, and uses like kind of everything that is sexualized about women as like their power in drag. So like also like them claiming it back, which I think is so interesting. Again, just another way of someone interpreting it and using it for their own means and getting a message across. Because it's not just for men.
Even if you're non-binary or whatever.
Drag is for everyone.
Should I ask some fun questions?
Yeah.
Right. Is this too like cliche? But like, what's your favorite lip sync song?
Okay, so it's not my favorite lip sync song. However, it's the one I always seem to go to whenever I'm asked like, oh, you have to lip sync, or like if someone put you on the spot and went lip sync right now, I do Hot and Cold by Katy Perry. I don't know why.
That is not what I thought.
But like I know, and my mind just goes Hot and Cold by Katy Perry. I'm like, okay.
I really thought you were I don't know why. I thought you were going to say something from Smash.
Because you've done Smash.
But that's
Yeah.
that's I think my favorite numbers that I've done or things that I've lip synced have been from Smash.
Yeah. Broadway to rock on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do that one.
Yeah, I am Jeremy Jordan in drag.
Oh, I wrote songs I want to lip sync to. So we just spoke about, I don't know when it'll come out in the podcast, You Don't Own Me. I think I would do like a really empowering female song. You don't own
Which
me.
version would you do though? Would you do the one that was in Suicide Squad, or would you do the one
No,
from?
what's like the original one?
The Taylor Swift.
What's the Taylor Swift one?
Yeah.
Have you seen this? We should have talked about this when we talked about films. Have you seen First Wives Club?
That's what I was going to say with Bette Midler and.
And Goldie Hawn
Yeah.
and the other lady.
I haven't.
You've not seen
You've
it.
not seen.
You would love it. Basically,
Is it on Netflix?
It was.
If it's not, it'll be on
Basically,
like Amazon
they all
Prime.
like one of their best friends dies. She took her own life. And they like all the friends come back. It's like a friendship group of 4. One of them takes her own life, and the 3 of them like come back together at the funeral to be like, oh, these things.
Like Pretty Little Liars.
No. But they come back together to think about life and just maybe what kind of I don't know, prevented her, or like what things in life could have stopped, or like I don't know. I'm not explaining it very well. Anyway, basically all their husbands are absolute assholes, and they come together to create like the First Wives Club because they're all the first wives and stuff. I think in memory of the friend that passed away eventually. I think that's what happens at the end of the film.
Spoilers.
It's quite high camp.
It is so good. And they're like, and at the end they're like, don't
Tell me what to do and don't tell me what
Anyway, I
to
explained
say.
that really badly, but it's a really good film. Or I did is a stealing from Sasha Velour, but So Emotional by Whitney Houston.
I get
great.
So iconic.
emotional,
I've also wrote Marry the
baby.
Night by Lady Gaga.
That's
I'm
such
gonna
a good song. I think any Gaga song is perfect for lip
I
syncing.
was thinking about albums, I think last night. And Born This Way is such a good album.
That's a great album.
Like
And
Judas,
what's the one?
Judas.
What's the one where she's in the pink cowboy hat?
Joanne.
Great album. Great album.
I'm so excited for the new one. It's coming out at some point.
Has it not came out?
Well,
No.
so she just randomly released like the Harley Quinn album to go alongside the
Oh,
Joker
that's
film.
not her new album.
No.
Ah.
So she teased at the end of the Chromatica Ball like film version of it a new album. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like she teased something, and then like there's more teasers coming
I
out.
love Lady Gaga.
I know, she's just incredible. I love her so much.
Would you say she's inspired by drag?
But yeah,
I would say
especially
she's-
like
yeah.
the meat dress
When
era
she first came on
on the
the
scene.
scene.
Oh my god, I would do Telephone by Lady Gaga and Beyonce. As my drag song. I would do that.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
Or alternatively, I would do Elvis. And I'd be a drag king.
Here's a question for you two. Would you, if you were to do drag, would you do drag king, or would you, like I said earlier, like hyper femme?
I think I'd be hyper femme. Just because I feel like it would help, not to get really deep on the podcast, but I think it would help me embrace like my own, like, I don't want to say sexual prowess.
But
Prowess.
No, yeah.
But like this, my mum was saying she loves. I don't know. I'm not speaking for my mum, but she's like again very supportive. Like she'll go to the clubs and go and watch drag shows with her friends, but she loves the community aspect of it, and she just loves how people, embrace who they are and like share how it is to like be comfortable with who you are in front of
Mhm.
loads of people. And I think I would want to do that more with my feminine side. To be like, I am a woman.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I look at myself and I still feel like a little girl. I don't know if that's like
Yeah.
a mental thing. So that's why I
Me
think
too.
I would want to be like, do you know what I mean?
I think that's such.
And something that's so far removed from what I think I am.
But I think that's why people love doing it, because I think a lot
Mm.
of people will have that feeling as well
Yeah.
of like
It's like even when you watch like Drag Race, there'd be ones that I like would like. I'd like maybe their like, you know how you have like comedy queens and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like I always loved like, I don't know who I loved. I remember loving Violet Chachki a lot.
So like you like the look queens,
Mhm.
like the ones that are on the
and I think
runway.
because maybe I don't perceive myself as that, so
Mhm.
that's why I would
You
want
want
to
to-
do that.
And that's what it tends to be. A lot of the time, like you find that a drag queen's style and their like identity is so like opposite to who they are as like an actual person, how they act out of it. Because I think I don't think I changed personalities much, but I think I have a lot more confidence about me
Yeah,
when
I
I'm
think-
in drag
yeah.
than when I'm not.
What would you?
I don't
Sorry.
know because
Or
I
you, V.
I agree with
Sorry,
you.
B's the wrong word, but like, what would your?
My instinct was drag king just because I'd want to do Elvis. 'Cause I
Just because of it.
just to be Elvis all the time. That would be my niche.
Do you like Elvis?
I love Elvis Presley.
Is it you? It's Gran.
My
Right.
grandma has an Elvis room. I've like grown up on Elvis, so I'd want to do that.
Sorry, we need to go back.
I
Elvis
see you as
room.
Drag King.
The Elvis room my grandma has.
I see
it's
you
where
as Drag King so much.
it's where her computer lives, and she has a massive poster of Elvis, but it's made up of A4 pieces of paper that her friends printed out for her. So it's probably like 3 by 5, I would
Oh my
say.
god, I need to get my Taylor Swift poster out for you right
A4 pieces of paper. And then she has an Elvis clock. She has a sign that says, "What would Elvis do?" She has a framed picture of his grave. She has
now. Framed picture of his grave.
yeah, she has an
That's a lot.
Elvis makeup bag, Elvis coasters, Elvis cards. Like, you think
I
I'm
thought you were
obsessed?
saying
My
Elvis
obsession about things comes from my grandma. That's who I blame. And she's like, "How do you spend all this money?" I'm like, "Grandma, you would do it for Elvis." And then she goes, "Yeah." So I think that would be, but I do like the idea of being like really hyper femme and going that way because I also feel like a child. So I think that would be a fun, but that would be like massively out of my comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? I think if I was doing Elvis, I was Elvis for like a year 3 play once, so I'd just have loads of fun.
I could really see like you just like curling your hair up and clipping it all. Yeah.
Doing Elvis's little quip.
What would be your Elvis go-to song?
If I Can Dream is my favourite Elvis song.
Internally.
Or I'd do a great hound dog.
We're nothing but hound dog.
But If I Can Dream, they just did it on Strictly and I was fuming. I'd love to do that. Anyway, that's all from me right now. Signing up.
Oh, well, that was
What
so
else?
good. Well,
Halloween.
Yeah, let's go back to Halloween.
Yeah, Angus, what's your favourite Halloween film?
Oh, I mean, you've got to say Nightmare Before Christmas, like as an actual Halloween film. Nightmare Before Christmas or Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
There's no
Correct
other
answer.
option.
Yeah. Ding ding
I'm
ding.
trying to think of other, like, when you watch a horror film, do you prefer the more like psychological ones or like the gory ones?
See, I used to be like really non.
I don't think the Women in
Gory.
Black is scary.
No, neither do I.
I can't watch it.
Should we bring up the time we were at Thorpe Park?
Oh, I think we
And we were on
should.
Darren Brown's Gold
That's gonna be so loud.
I'm so sorry.
Train. We went to Thorpe Park almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, for Halloween, we all had Dealey Boppers on, pumpkin ones,
We did.
or
It'll
a
be
pumpkin headband of some sort.
two
I had
2 years ago
pumpkin
next week.
sunglasses, not sunglasses, but glasses.
Yeah, 2 years ago next week
When
when we're recording this, and it was because it's during October. They go all spooky for October,
Mhm.
which is great for them. Not great for me because I love Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year, but I don't like scary things
Why is that?
because they're scary.
What?
And I am afraid, and I am frightened. I think, again, not to get deep on the podcast, but I'm a very paranoid person. I'm constantly paranoid that things are going to happen to me. So I'm like, okay, I understand that they're an actor, but what if this one person is the person that signed up because their aim is to kill someone by the end of it? That's immediately where my mind
That is
goes
a great
anywhere.
concept for a film, though. Like that's a
I'm sure
great
it's
concept for a
probably
horror
already
film.
happened. But or I'm like,
Get that down. Copyright that now.
Yeah. Copyright, thank you. But like that's where my mind goes with everything. Or if I watch a scary film, like when I go to bed that night, that's what's going to happen to me.
Mhm.
Immediately where my mind goes, like break an entry and can't be doing it. Or open my mouth. If I've seen like a ghost, like Hill House, I can watch Hill House, but sometimes I think the vent lady's going to come after me. And I know it's
Fair
fake.
enough. I run up the stairs in the dark, so I think someone's behind me.
Yeah.
But I said this to my friends before we did a book club. Is the tiny mic back on?
Yeah.
I can watch scary films all year round, but it depends on how scared I am of my own real life. I am fine, by the way. Well, depends how you define fine. But like I will put them on, not in a comforting way that I'm like a psycho, that I enjoy them, but like I put them on because I'd rather I channel my anxiousness into the film than my real life.
I see that.
So that's what I do quite a lot.
I think mine manifests it the other way. That brings all my anxiety down.
I
think it depends on like I said, like psychological or gory.
Yeah.
I would.
I can deal with gory things as long as those gory things aren't breaking and entering.
It's like I'll watch Criminal Minds, but some episodes really freak me out.
Yeah. I love the Vampire Diaries and Twilight.
I love Twilight.
So we went to
Dog Park.
Oh yeah, Dog Park.
And we went on
Darren Brown's Ghost Train.
Yeah.
I hadn't been on it before.
This is the third time I went to Dog Park, and every time I'd been before, it was always closed. The first time it hadn't opened yet. The ride was there, they just haven't
This
opened.
is the last one we did.
Yeah,
because you had to book onto it.
It was in the evening.
It was
dark outside.
and that's like most of like the scary, like spooky actors were walking about at this point.
I thought waiting in the queue was the scariest part.
I also would like to know that I'd been on it before and knew I didn't like it. Somehow I ended up on this thing again.
And I don't know.
I think it was because it was either you come on with me, Jen, and Christy, or you wait outside
with
all
the
the scare
scary
actors, or come in with us with the scare actors.
So
but you go into this room in this ride, and it's Darren Brown, like a hologram type thing of him at the first bit, and he's just explaining the ride and stuff like that. And then you go through, and you go through to another room with one of the actors, and they say something. They give you like numbers to remember. I can't remember, but anyway, you then.
Really? I don't remember.
Oh, maybe this happened. Maybe that happened the first time, and then you get onto the train, and it's like a VR virtual reality thing. So you sit on this tube simulation.
Yeah, that first tube simulation was the scariest one because it was like a weirdo man on the tube, and I was like, because that is reality. You've got weirdo men on the tube that will either follow you or stare at you.
That's the stuff that makes me like when I get scared is when things are so kind of quiet and it's so gradual.
From me and I was like, oh my god,
it was horrendous. And then I think, did I keep my mask on that whole time?
You did for that one.
For the first one, I kept my mask on.
No, because we can get to the second one.
Because I think I closed my eyes for some of it, but I definitely kept the mask on.
I still don't understand how we left that room.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about what the train looked like. Because
it was like a tube.
But before you get on the train, it looks like it's like a floating like Edwardian train carriage, and you get on, and the inside of it looks like a tube, and then you get rushed off it. And when you get off it, you go back out the door you came in, but you're somewhere else, and you're on a tube platform, and the Edwardian train's gone, and you've just come out of a tube.
I don't even remember. It was all a blur to me.
We were in the dark somewhere with someone lit a tube through a wall.
Yeah.
And then all I remember is we were lined up against the wall. It was flashing like lights. Somebody crawled out of somewhere and came towards us. It's because either you or Christy were going, no, don't come towards us. Don't come towards us. Of course they came towards us. Somebody, either you or Christy, I think, was kicking at them.
That was me. Because in my head, I was kicking because I thought, he's not going to come near me if I'm kicking him. And like I'm making it very clear that I will kick this man if he comes near me. I don't think I actually got him, but he did then obviously make a beeline straight for us. This weird, creepy man.
Yeah.
And
probably like a morph suit or something.
I don't even remember what he looked like. I just remember if I close my eyes and
crawling
think
towards us, and you're like, where the hell did you come from?
Shadow thing just.
And then I remember they were like, get back on the train. You three buggered off without me. I was by myself We all ran after. Almost took out this old gran. I was like, my friends have left me. And then we get back on the tube, and all I remember sitting beside Lauren Ryder going, please don't make me put the headphones back on. Please don't. You were like, they were like, you have to put it on. You were going, please don't make me put it back on. Please don't. I was pissing myself. I was scared as well because I didn't want to put the thing back on, so I had it like
lopsided.
Yeah.
What was really funny was the headset that
I just remember your face and going, please no.
I remember hearing all of that, but I had the headset on so I couldn't see what you looked. I just kept hearing you go, please. But then my thing was broken for the second thing, and there was no audio.
Lucky
so
you.
I just had the images, and I was like, well, this isn't scary anymore. I can't hear what's going on. I could just hear you going, no.
And I kept putting my feet up on the seat, and then they would tap me to put them back down, but I had the thing on my head.
You could see who was tapping.
So then I was scared.
And remember it was like a demon or something, like the tube collapsed, and then you were like falling into like
We
a
fell
pit
into
of, like,
hell. Yeah.
My eyes were closed.
I just remembered that because that was the last thing we did. We then left, and then we were sat on the bus back to the train station, and you were just like silent, glazed over, rocking
That was
back
so
and
funny.
I don't do well with scary things.
forth.
It's quite frightening for
When
me.
we were at Brighton Pier, we went on the crappiest ghost train ride ever.
But
But it was funny. It was funny.
what did you prefer? The Darren Brown's ghost train or the ghost train at Brighton Pier? I think, we're not gonna lie, as much as the Brighton one was so bad, I
It
actually
was
enjoyed
funny.
it just as much.
Yeah, me too.
But
It was
what-
going at a snail's pace of like 0.5 whatever. Nobody else on the ride, obviously. Christy and Will just standing and we're waving as we go by. Hello!
But I think what made it really, really funny was the first, because it took so long to move, it was so slow. The first like 2 minutes, we were just
We were spiraling up in the dark.
in the dark, and we were actually terrified. I remember clinging onto you, and we were all going,
Yeah,
"Oh no,
yeah.
I don't like it, I don't like it." And then the minute something happened, we went, "Oh."
Because either the ghost, you either went by it and the ghost, like, or whatever costume delayed and went, "Ugh," like, went back. But, like, it was a delayed, you saw it coming out, and then it went, boo, and then would retreat slowly
I
back.
can't even like.
It wasn't fully in the dark, you just see, like, it looked so run down, but it made it so funny. And we were going so slow as well. And there was, like, random, like,
I think it was meant to be a haunted house, but for some reason there was a reception bit of a hotel. It's like
Yeah.
it just none of it made any sense at all, and it was just really funny.
it was funny. It was funny.
And because we were going so slow, we just kept laughing, and then we had time to analyze everything and give a description. Give it and we were going, "Oh, that's that. That's this." It was so funny.
It was so funny. Funny.
Do you know what was scary about Brighton Pier? The fact that we were above water that whole time. That's
Yeah,
the
if we
bit that I
trapped, we
found
could-
scary.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. No, the seagulls were the scariest part. I was like, don't take my ham sandwich. It was a lie, it wasn't a ham sandwich. I don't eat ham.
Cheese.
Chicken and cheese, potentially.
The seagulls stole my umbrella.
Oh, yeah, you
So clear that.
I left my umbrella in the arcade, then ran back to get it, and then the heavens opened up, and I didn't have
They
an
did.
umbrella.
It's forecast to be raining.
Oh, we shouldn't go.
Oh, fun times. What are you doing for Halloween this year?
I don't know. I don't actually know yet. I'm trying to, because I annoyingly start panto rehearsals on the 28th of October.
Oh my god.
So-
And where you're doing panto?
Yeah.
Not
So-
to name the location,
Not to
you
name the
know.
location, but if you want to come see me in Dick Whittington, feel free. Tickets in the bio. Yeah, so I'm literally going to be like doing Christmas stuff, well, a Christmas job on Halloween. And I did that last year as well, which was a bit annoying, but last year I started on the day of Halloween, so I got past it very quickly. But last year I went to the Phoenix Arts Club and to their spooky Halloween cabaret, which was incredible. It had drag performers and burlesque performers, and it was great. It was so good.
That's
And they
fun.
had like the host was like a drag queen, and they had like a barcode you could scan, and everyone would vote for different like Halloween themed musical
Oh,
theatre
wow.
songs.
Oh, I like
So they did a
that.
bit of like Rocky Horror, Little Shop of Horrors.
Sorry. That's my
I wanted to see what that said.
drink.
No, sorry, that's great.
It's from my Taylor Swift fake Stanley Cup that says Female Rage the Musical. Me and Lauren have got matching ones.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
When did you get them?
My mum. She got me one that it had a little chip on it. And so she was like, this one's not right, so can I get another one? So I gave the chipped one to Lauren.
Aww.
I love it. I drink from it
Every
every
day.
Here's
day.
my other one as well.
Where's your popcorn bucket?
Up there.
Up there.
There's Taylor Swift there as well.
She's everywhere. She's always watching.
Taylor Swift.
She is. Oh, she's lost my friendship bracelet bag. I missed trick or treating as a child.
I
Now,
love trick or treating.
I don't know if this is a Scottish thing or maybe just where I trick or treated. Did you get monkey nuts in your trick or treat bag?
What the hell? No.
No.
Like, you know what monkey nuts look like?
Nope.
I'm
I
gonna have
think
to
so.
Google.
Are they not
They're
really
like in a
big?
shell. Yeah.
And then you have to crack the shell, and there's got like a little tiny thing inside.
Yeah. You used to get them all the time.
Yeah, but
That or an orange.
yeah.
Yeah, monkey nuts would be in like my trick or treat bags, like with all the chocolates and stuff.
Why?
Were you trick or treating at like an old folks home or something?
No, I
Like.
used to go to my cousin's estate. Yeah, people would put monkey nuts in the bags.
Yeah, no.
Monkey nuts Halloween. I'm gonna have
just
to
you.
Google that. Do you have a favorite Halloween song? Sorry, I'm just telling Tim while I Google.
We've talked about this before.
6 Scottish Halloween traditions. Sorry.
What? They clearly never made it north of
Maybe
Scotland.
it's Aberdeen.
Oh,
Sorry,
Sorry, we're just looking for Jen's
monkey nuts.
monkey nut tradition. Not burning. Is it this?
Were you meant to burn them? Did you eat them?
No, I
Also,
might put them in the bin. and
can't
put the
wait
chocolate.
for.
It says it was widely believed that the fruit from hazel trees provided knowledge and wisdom, so another Scottish Halloween tradition was for a couple to throw hazelnuts in the fire. Oh wait, no, I'm talking about monkey nuts. Oh, maybe we'll never know.
Wah, wah.
Maybe we'll never know. Oh well.
This
Sorry.
is Halloween. Halloween.
That's your favourite song?
I would say. I think so.
I think we've got the same one, Bump in the Night, you know, from Scooby Doo.
Yeah. You're gonna run and you cannot hide, and you gotta make it, baby, things go bump in the night. Or Halloween by Aqua, the same people that did
Barbie Girl.
Barbie Girl.
How does that go?
Oh, how does it go? Halloween.
So
You've
That's-
not sold it to me.
That's yeah.
This is
I
Halloween.
like Monster
Halloween.
Mash.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Glee version of Thriller Heads Will Roll
Oh, so good.
all day, every day. And I put a spell on you.
Oh.
Kim Petras Halloween albums.
Oh,
Are
sorry.
great.
Can I go back to Hocus Pocus? What's your favourite scene in Hocus Pocus? Because mine is definitely the mum dressed as Madonna dancing to
Oh, yeah.
I put a spell on you.
What are Mom? What are you? I'm Madonna.
And then
Thackeray Binks.
there's something Mary does as well.
Mary's my fave.
You
She's my
are
favourite.
Mary.
She's my gal.
The bit where
when
the
they
bit
come
where
out and they like see the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Oh,
love when they,
yeah.
when they
What
get in the
road
bus.
is. Yeah.
your
Or they go
your
to the devil's house, but it's just the guy.
that's I think my favorite bit with Mary when she sat watching the TV and she's screaming at the TV.
That's so funny. Sorry, I found the Aqua song.
It's like inspired by Scream.
Oh, with the phone. I was saying to Lauren, I love the Scream Queens is such a good TV show to watch around this time.
Love it's one of my favorite
Actually,
TV
no.
shows.
I've never heard this.
It was like what we played at like a Halloween disco when I was younger.
Love Halloween disco.
Love
Oh.
Halloween. What's your favorite Halloween decoration?
My pumpkin lights that I have.
What I like are they little lights that look like pumpkins?
They're little lights that look like pumpkins. They're about the size of a satsuma. And I get them out every year on the 1st
Oh.
of October. I love them.
I like a classic cobweb
Yeah.
and a bat. Not a baseball
Bats.
bat, but
Love
the animal
Halloween.
bat.
Baseball bat for Halloween.
That's my
Freaking bats.
yeah. That's my
Do you carve pumpkins every year?
Yes.
no. See
I
now I
love
live by
carving
my
pumpkins.
like away from home. I don't celebrate Halloween.
That's so
Like
sad.
I don't. I know it sounded really bad when it came out of my mouth. But I just don't mind. I like sitting watching
Like
scary
spooky
films.
movies.
Yeah,
I love carving pumpkins.
I can't. It's too difficult.
It's a lot. I think I love the idea of it. I do love doing it, but there's always that point where you go, before you actually start carving the face, where you go, oh my god, this is so much effort.
Yeah, see, I
Yeah.
quite like the de-gutting of the pumpkin.
The choice of words.
Like, I like
Gut.
scooping it all
De-gutting.
out. I like that bit.
Do you throw it away, or do you?
I throw it away. I'm not a good person. I don't know what's going on. The whole pumpkin ends up getting thrown away.
I don't know. We have.
I did make
pumpkins in our
pumpkin
house.
soup the other day though, and it was really
I've seen
good.
a lot of Taylor Swift carved pumpkins on my TikTok.
Mm.
I saw Chapel Roan one the other day, and I went,
I think I've seen that one.
I don't understand how people do it. They like shave away at the skin,
Yeah.
so the light comes through it. But I think if I
Too
did
much
that,
effort.
no, just dot smiley face.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Halloween song. Talking about what's the one the thing sings in Nightmare Before Christmas?
This is Halloween.
No, what's the Oogie Boogie Man?
Oh.
song?
The Oogie
Yeah.
Boogie song. How does it go again? Oh my god.
Also, what's the bit with the three little scallywags do?
Oh, kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus.
Yeah.
I want to do it. Let's just. What's the Oogie Boogie? How does that go again?
Let me...
Oogie Boogie song, female cover.
Oh,
Karaoke.
I thought this guy's quite scary.
the Sandy Claus.
Sorry, I'll have an ad.
one of the best things that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I went to a live showing of Nightmare Before Christmas, where they had a full orchestra
Orchestra.
playing the music, and they had
That's
Danny
so
Elfman come on and sing the part of Jack. Catherine O'Hara come on and play, sing Sally, because no one ever realizes that's Catherine O'Hara.
I didn't know that until you just said it.
And then the original guy who played Oogie Boogie came on and did this song.
This can't be the right guy. He's ancient. He's ugly.
He's quite
I don't
scary.
know which is worse.
He is, and I hate the bit when he unraffles and it's
And
all
all
of
the
his...
bugs fall
Yeah.
out. There's trouble close at hand.
Great film, though.
Yeah.
I have a pair of dungarees that are like brown, and I embroidered his face onto them, and I
Oh
wore
my
them
gosh.
to Disneyland when I went 2 years ago for Halloween.
Do you have pumpkin
Say.
trousers as well? Not pumpkin, but they're black. Do you have like a skull on them or like a pumpkin on them? Or did I make that up?
No, I wish I did. Maybe I should.
This is your sign
This is my sign.
to get sewing machine. Oh, well, I've had
Wow.
a delightful time
Yeah.
on the
Thank
podcast.
Thank you for joining us, Angus.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute
It's
blast.
been so much fun.
been-
We should do it again when it's me, you two, and Christy. me, you two,
Me,
and
you
Christy.
too, Christy.
Because we're an iconic four.
We are the mean girls.
What would we talk about?
I think we should just play a fun game
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a nice
Like-
idea.
whilst it's not a fun game.
If
but
anyone's got any
Like,
requests
what's
for when
the
we
game
have
that we
Angus
played
and
in the
Christy on the pod.
At the park. That would
Yeah.
be a good fun.
Shout out to Ireland and Aoife.
Yeah.
Hi Ireland, are you
Friends
listening?
of the pod.
Friends of the pod.
Or we should talk about like
Shall we talk about it after we've finished the podcast?
that's a great idea, isn't it? I forgot to
Oh, okay. Say say bye bye.
say bye bye.
Bye bye.